Hey, good morning or good afternoon, whatever time this podcast is finding you at. This is my wake up podcast. You are not tired, you're just uninspired, and I am here to help you. I am the creator and founder of Life Minded and Free. I am focused on helping women who are unfulfilled live above mediocrity and create a life of their wildest dreams, because you can have financial and time freedom. You can have a good marriage. You can have a good relationship with your kids. You can have a good faith, a good health. And I'm here to show you how not only I did it, but how I was able to teach thousands of other women to do the same thing. So welcome to the show. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. I just got to do this. So good morning to everybody who's here. I'm excited to see your faces today. It's Friday, which means that it's open Q&A day for anything about your brand at all that you have questions about. Maybe there's something that you're in the process of creating and you want our feedback of, does it sound better for this, or how do I figure out this, or kind of what your next step is too. You can ask anything around branding, anything around mindset, anything around calling, anything about overwhelm, all the things that come with trying to build a 6- and 7-figure business. So tell me how things are going for you guys right now and where you're at, what's holding you back, what questions you have, or if you just want to celebrate yourself too of what you've been accomplishing, that's always really great too, to hear celebrations.
I'll go. So I have a question. So I feel like my brand is kind of changing again. And I don't know if anyone could maybe look at my stuff and see if it's just too much clutter going on. Cause I feel like, so my brand's always been kind of like my family, Liam and his special needs stuff, but I'm also finding myself incorporating a lot of our homeschooling stuff. Do you feel like that's too much of too many things, or I don't know if it's just, I don't know if it's me feeling like, oh my gosh, maybe I'm not being clear again.
So there's a difference between talking about too many things and niching down. So you were like mothers of special needs children. That's a huge pool of people.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be talking to people all different ends of that, where someone is dealing with something so bad and someone's dealing with something totally different. Like, you can't really speak the true, super deep knife in the wound language if it's something super broad. So I don't think of it as you've changed again. I think of it as you've gotten more clarity and you've niched down even more. Like, okay, wait a second. I'm really now interested in helping moms of kids with special needs and homeschooling. And that doesn't mean that's all you have to talk about, but you have to make sure that all the other things that you talk about are things that moms of homeschooling special needs children are also dealing with. So like you shared before about like, hey, here's what to do, like cut out these dyes, cut out these things. Like, you can still talk about that because that helps with homeschooling and all the things you can do, you can kind of spin it towards that. But now know that if this is what you want to start doing and talking, this is who you're attracting, is the homeschool mom. So now you can change your lingo a little bit because you know your audience has changed a little.
Okay. I wasn't sure on that. I mean, obviously I'm always going to share about like the silly stuff I do with my husband or my dog and things like that, because that's my family. But as far as like
and it's your personality, like that's how people, you're more so creating a lifestyle brand where you're showing people all the different areas of your life that really make people be like, oh, I want to follow her. Like, this is funny that you're like this with your son and you're like this with your husband, and your posts are very blunt and are very offensive to people who aren't. And that's perfect. That's literally what you want. I've been telling people that, like, you want to be offensive to the other side. Obviously not like, there's a way to be childish and, belittling people and stuff like that. And you're not doing that, doing it in a tasteful way, but you want to speak your truth so much that you don't have to apologize for the people who don't agree with you. because they're, one, not going to really be attracted to you. They're not going to want to follow you. And two, all they can do is comment something nasty on your post, which is actually great when people do that, because then it gives more people are going to your page and watching the comments. And if you're replying back, just being super kind, I am always so nice, no matter what people say. People will come on there and be like, I can't believe that you would bash network marketers, like all this whole huge paragraph. And I'm just like, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, speak it louder for the people in the back. Like, great job. And they're like, what? like, what? Does she know that I'm dissing her? I'm like, it's not a diss to me. Like, you don't understand what I'm talking about. You don't understand who I am because you commented that. I'm not going to fight with you and try to tell you what I meant or try to justify what I did. Just thank you so much for sharing your opinion on here. It really matters. I love that there's freedom of speech and people can have any opinion they want. Have a great day. Happy Friday. Merry Christmas. Like, people, like, I was just telling April, I've never gotten anyone to reply back to that ever. Like, they just don't even reply because they're like, what? So if the hater comes on, great. Like, the more offensive you can be to the other party, the better it is for you, because your views are going to go up and that you're going to be more direct to the person you're talking to, and they'll comment on your stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Cause I found out, I mean, this whole chapter that I've entered into in my life of this unschooling stuff with Liam has not only just been good for him, but like as far as school, but it's been wonderful for all of his other issues, like his focus, his sensory stuff, like we don't have crying all day over doing schoolwork because you got to sit, like it's been amazing. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to share this with so many people who are scared to homeschool. Sorry, my dog is like, she's always like right there. I want to just share about that because there's so many people that are like, I don't think I could do this. And what if I'm not doing it right? And I'm like, we are teachers from the beginning of our children's lives. Like, once they go to school, that's when everything changes and we're told we're not good enough. So I just wanted to make sure I wasn't being like too crazy.
No, I mean, there's a huge need for that. I need someone like that. I need to follow you speaking like that because it's very true. Now, what you need to do that you have this clarity on this is you want to make sure that when someone watches one of your reels or sees your post that's super, super directed towards them, what they're going to do is they're going to click on your name. They're going to read your bio. And this is all within 3 seconds. They're going to decide if yes, this girl is for me, or no, she's not. So I know that a lot of times in our bios, we want to put things like the bullet point style, like homeschool mom, wifey, mom to special needs son. Like, we want to put like these things in there. But actually what has been shown to work is you're putting that on there. So weird. I got like this notification on my computer that said participations can now fill out application. I was like, what application? Did you guys just get an application? Like, just got like something to pop up. That would be so cool. I think they have that in polls on the bottom of Zoom, but with like the higher versions. But anyway, you want this to be telling them who you're showing up for.
Okay.
In my branding course talks about the exact formula of this. Like, you want to start with a verb ending in ing. So like yours says inspiring, which is great. So, but then you have to think of, now it's not like just pick any word ending in ing. You need to pick the one that's actually doing what you're doing for people, and look up definitions. Like, because you could be teaching, and in my course, I give a whole entire huge list of all the words to choose from, but like teaching, relating, helping, guiding, loving, inspiring, motivating, leading, all those words end in ing, and they're a verb of what you're doing to somebody, but they all are different. Really look at the definition. Look to see how inspire is different than motivate. Look and see how teaching is different than leading, because it is. And who are you? What is it that you want to do with this? And so when you rewrite your bio, I would read it. And if that's me, like inspiring moms with special needs kids to get out of survival mode, and to find themselves again. So to me, what I think that your page is all about is you teaching moms how to fill their cup. That's it. You are teaching moms how to fill their cup. If they have special needs kids, you're teaching them how to fill their cup. And I know by looking at your content that that's not what you teach. Okay. You're more like, let me show you what my kid's doing. Let me show you what we've been doing for Liam. You're very like Liam focused. Yes, you take care of yourself and everything, but you're more focused now. Your focus has changed. Now, this might have been where your focus was when you made this and you were like thinking like, okay, this will help me attract someone to grow my team. Cause we tend to do this too. Like what we think we're doing and it's not really truly how we feel. And that's why our brand and our bio keeps changing over time, is because you keep getting clarity and you get niche down, niche down, niche down, niche down. And then you're like, oh, this is really who I'm talking to. So now we need to change this around. So you are talking about homeschooling moms and you're telling them exactly what you're doing, what you're showing up for. Now, I told you before, since you're an author and you wrote a book, that's a huge credibility thing to put in your bio. Anything to make yourself credible is what you're going to want in here. And so if you're a 6 or 7 figure earner in something of what you're teaching, put that on there. If your course has sold $2.3 million in 2 years, put that on there. You also don't have to have huge things like that, but a lot of people who have achieved big success, they are like, no, I'm not, I feel stupid putting that on there. So I need to say, if you have achieved something big like that, put it in your bio so that you can see it's credible. Now make sure it relates to what you're talking about. Like nobody cares if you're a, world-winning fashion week makeup artist, if now you're teaching people how to have a farm in the country. Like, okay, this is like big deal. Like, unless you're trying to inspire people to leave the city to go to the farm, like, and make that connection. But that wouldn't really make sense. So putting you're an author in here, if you also are like, I haven't achieved anything, like I don't have anything to put in here. You probably do. You just haven't thought about it enough. So make a list of all of the things that you've achieved in your life where you are proud of yourself for doing so. Like set a timer for 10 minutes, get rid of distractions, and do it for 10 minutes. And you cannot give up until it's been 10 minutes. And pray before, and then you can think of other things to put in there. So your author and blogger is awesome to have that on there. Now, let me ask you, is your blog still active?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I try to add to it at least once a week, but I would like to get back to like every couple days. Okay. So people are going to know that you're a wife, a mom, and a dog mom. Yeah. And that also, and it's what like probably 90% of people that I talk to have these kind of things on there, and I had them on there too. So if this is you, I know it's you, Tracey, but anyone else talking, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm like cool. Like I'm doing everything wrong. You're not. Like nothing that you do is like, oh my gosh, this is so wrong. You just ruined it. Like, you're still showing up. You're still growing some sort of influence, but these are kinks that are making the water come out slower. So you're like, okay, I'm going to realize this. It's fine. So I would remove wife, mom, and dog mom. Unless it's important that you put something in, like if you're in like, inspiring dog mom, like helping dog mom, something like, okay, if that's like your ideal brand, like whatever, it's not like you absolutely can't say these words, but people are going to see that this is you, and it's not going to make them feel any more related to you, because most people in the world are wives, moms, and dog moms. I mean, just that generally, and you're already talking about homeschooling, and homeschooling is going to grab the women. So you don't need to say mom, because if you're homeschooling, you're probably a mom. So you can just say homeschool, and it like kind of wraps it all up. Instead, what I would do on here is I would write something that you're offering and put an arrow below to your link tree. Okay. Like it says that you're an author and a blogger, but like, what did you write and what do you blog? And I know your book isn't about this, so you don't have to talk about that, and you don't have to link it, because you're like, it really doesn't matter when it links to this unless you wanted to, but your blog does. So you should be saying like,
whatever, my blog, check out my blog, or subscribe to read my blog, and then put an arrow down. And then when you go to your link tree should have that like the very first thing to do, like blog. However you set it in your Instagram bio is how you should say it in your link tree. So if you say like, what is your blog called?
Navigating Liam's Puzzle Pieces.
Oh, okay. Blog right here. So I would have like on your, where did we just go? Okay. On your thing here, say, read my blog, Navigating Liam's Puzzle Pieces, arrow. Okay. And then they click on this, and the very first link is Navigating Liam's Puzzle Pieces, or like my blog, read the blog here, and then have it again here at the top, because you don't want people to lose where they're going. That's something that happens a lot, is when someone's like, oh, that's cool. They click on here and then they're like, oh, start here. Okay. And
then they get distracted.
And then, and then they're like, and then they're reading this, and then their kid is like, Mom, like we need dinner or whatever. And then they're like, oh, okay, I can't do this. And you leave and you exit out of your computer, and they come back and they don't remember that they were looking at you. Okay. Or if they do have it up still, they're like, they're not interested anymore in checking this out because their interest has gone away because they didn't learn more about you. And so now you're just some girl on their computer and they have stuff to do.
That makes sense.
It really is like, not only you want to lead people, because that's the exact pattern we're leading them to. We're producing really good content that is speaking to our ideal person, like so strong, producing this content. So they click on you, they go to your page, they read what, and they're like, oh yes, this is totally my person. Oh, blogger, click. Oh, look, blog, click. And then this next step is so important to capture people's information, because you want to be able to capture their information. So since you're hosting your blog on your, oh, that picture's so cute. And also linking all of the pictures, obviously they can be, this is like a different profile, so this can be different, but all of your link tree, like your Instagram and your link tree should match, which yours do. So that's good. I would use some sort of software to remove the background of your photo if the background of your photo doesn't look good, or it isn't like a clean, like outdoor or solid wall or brick wall or something like that. Especially if you're in a car. People have said, like, don't ever take pictures, like profile pictures in your car or with sunglasses on. And I don't know why, but people just don't see it and relate to it the same. It's just not the same, like warm, welcoming feeling. So you can just you can have Canva for free. You can upload this picture into Canva and click on the picture and click effects, and then click remove background, and it'll remove the background from your picture. So you can leave it white, or if you want to change a color, when you pick your color, like it looks like you have this like corally purple shade. So if this is your color on your link tree, it should also be maybe your background photo cover, because it'll link the two pages together. Or make your highlights, make more highlights and use that color. Canva, you can use the templates to make all of these, so you have a color, because all those things, that's brand recognition. It's also great right now that your glasses are this color. And I have a student that I've been coaching who wears red glasses, and she like changed her whole brand to be the girl in the red glasses. And her colors are red and her carousels are red. And she is recognized so quick because she always takes pictures with her horse. And so everything is with her horse in it. And it's this bright red and these red glasses. And it's just like, everything just now like is so great, and people are recognizing her brand. So, and you can change your glasses. It's not like, oh, you have to wear these every single time. But if you have a couple pictures with these glasses, that color is going to match. Okay. So even when you go shopping and buy things in your branding color, so then your page matches and grabs people's attention. And you can see this, if you're shopping for glasses, look for colors of glasses that are within your brand. Like if what you're doing every single day is encompassing your brand without even realizing it, like wearing your glasses, when you go live all of a sudden, or you take a picture, or you're talking in your stories, or you're showing something funny happening, you don't even have to try, and you're like linking your brand together. It's like a total cheat to not even like to have the success without even trying or like thinking about it. So anything like that you can link your colors to, so they're all together, because you just don't want to lose anyone. So since you're navigating them to a Facebook page after, I would have something on here that shows that this, because this isn't you, this doesn't look like you. I'm sure it probably is, but it doesn't look like you. And you have some like, I can't really tell. Liam is a baby and it says nothing about you. So I'm like, oh wait, is this the right page? Like you don't feel like this same information is flowing. It almost feels like now we're starting something new. And it's like, well, wait, I wanted to see what Tracey was about and then now it's like a new thing. So the way that you can tie these two together so easily is by putting your color and like your background color or something as your cover photo. You can even put like the cover photo back, the color. You can just go on Canva, and for templates, if nobody knows how to do this, type in Facebook cover photo and it'll give you the size. And then it'll even show you all these templates you can use. So like mine right now is the background is my color, but then I have grids with a bunch of different slots for pictures. And then I just put like, literally drag and drop all the pictures that I wanted in there. And so you can have something like that where you're still showing all of these big baby pictures and pictures of you, like things that really matter to you, but it's still incorporating your brand.
Okay.
And you could even just have your profile picture be something like that if you would rather have that instead, something that links them together. And then your about, I would even put at the very beginning of it, like, hey, it's Tracey, or hi, it's Tracey, or hey, Liam's mom, Tracey here. Something so people know. Or are you intentionally trying people not to know that you're the author of this?
No, no, I didn't even think, I think I wrote that when I originally started the blog and never even realized to go back to it.
Okay.
So that's a good point.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Okay. So I would definitely do that so people can feel that connection with you too.
Yeah.
And do you take these? Okay. This is about to like really get crazy. Do you just post these things in this blog, or after you post them in the blog, do you do anything with them?
I share them on my regular Facebook page too.
Okay.
To try to filter people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah. So is there anything that you offer in this Facebook page, on this Facebook blog, that you don't offer on your regular Facebook?
Not right now.
Okay. So this is a really great place for you to think about offering something for free that's exclusive only in this group, like a story you share about in this group, something super personal that you talk about in this group, or like a community where you do weekly Zooms, or you go live and you share things, or you have a post once a week where people can post like their struggles for the week, where we can all look at them and pray for each other or help each other, or post your biggest struggle right now in parenting. And if anyone has a good thing that they do, reply to their comments. Let's help fill them with good advice of people who know our situation. Like, create a reason why people would want to step into this. Like, oh yes, I'm only going to get this in the community. You don't have to create it right now. Just realize that this is a really good thing. You already have this started and going. You're already doing the work. And if you can get more people, if your call to action at the bottom of your posts is, if you want an intimate place to share your struggles and your heart for good advice, join my blog by clicking the link in my bio and selecting navigating Liam's puzzle pieces. And so at the bottom of all your posts, if people are reading it and it's really connecting to them, then they're like, oh, and then it says like, oh, for more, like, to get a step closer to me is basically what a call to action is. To take the next step, do this. And so then those people, it separates them from the rest of the crowd. So then that the people that are liking this blog, or they like it and they comment, you tell them like and comment on the first page and introduce yourself or something. Like, that those people are more into what you're doing than just general Instagram or Facebook. I would also be posting these. This is where I said it was about to get real. I would also be taking these, if anyone is recording videos, if you're writing blogs, if you're writing journal prompts, if you're doing anything like this, you can take that and you can chunk it up into 10, 20, 30 posts that are leading people to go to your blog, or that are leading people to do this call to action that you want them to do. Book a call with you. Read your ebook for free. Get your 10 ways to keep your kid, blah, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't matter, whatever this free thing is, to opt in, because when it's free, we're going to capture their information, which I'm going to show you how to do. And then you have their information. So now you can start emailing them. Now you can start texting them. Now you can, so then when you write a children's book, you can then send out an email. Oh my gosh, guess what? And then you have a whole email list of people that are your ideal people that want to hear your story. They want to buy your book. They want to do this next thing with you. So as you continue to create and offer new things, now you have a whole group of people that, one, need to hear your voice. You're helping them so much. And now you're serving them because you're helping them even more cross the bridge easier, because you've already been there, done that. Let me show you what we're doing and how I've learned this. So chunking this up into all of these things, like you can take this first post in here and you can just grab out quotes that you said. Like you can put, for the last 2 weeks, my emotions have been all over the place. Liam is starting preschool. I'm not ready for it. He is not, I'm not at all. You could like put that literally in quotations and then be like, if you can relate, or you can kind of talk a little bit and then say, to read the whole blog, click here and click here. You can take different quotes. You can put like lies the doctors told me and have like a series of posts that on your Instagram, like lies the doctor told me, or lies the media will tell you, or because you're also very open about your beliefs when it comes to, all things with Liam, whether it's vaccine injury or what someone is telling should be the right thing for him, and it's not, and you stand up for that. And so being borderline offensive or saying an opinion that not everyone agrees with, like vaccines, is going to get a lot of response. I guarantee you, if you made a post or a series of lies the doctor told me, or things about vaccines, like things I bet you didn't know about vaccines, and you start educating people on this, you will get so many posts and your account would grow so fast, because people are like, cannot even believe you're posting stuff like this. And that's why people are like, whoa. So you can chunk this up into a bunch of posts, and that would be a really good way for you to get a ton of content easily. Write this first and then sit down and kind of map out your other posts. But to capture people's information on here, you can either, if you haven't created your free thing yet, for anyone who needs to create their free thing, if they haven't created a free thing yet, I would recommend creating it on something that already makes you capture your information, like a private Facebook group where they have to submit their answers before they can be allowed in, so that you can just make them do that. But since you already have it like this set up where all they can do is click like, what you can do is you can build out a landing page. And so when people click here to get on your blog, and they click here, instead of this page opening right now on Facebook, a different page would open that would say, send me your information. I'm going to send you the link. Or send me your information, and then, oh, here, the page will repopulate and show this new address. And so that's more difficult, like on the tech side of like how to get it set up and like what to do. So I will absolutely, can help you one-on-one with something like that. But then you're capturing all their information. And then now, even if they navigate away from what you were doing, you can still grab them back. You can still say, hey, I want to make sure that you're in this Facebook group, or, things like that.
Okay.
And yeah, April says that she thinks that you could do one free landing page on MailChimp. MailChimp is a really great place to start out what you're doing in business. It's where I started, and it's where most people do start, because it's really simple. but just so you know, you will outgrow MailChimp pretty quickly. If you're growing, if you're doing this thing for like 1 year, it'll probably be good for like 6 months. You can be on there like 6 to 9 months, depending on like how quickly you figure stuff out and create things. But then a lot of things don't integrate with MailChimp, and you'll want to upgrade to more advanced softwares and things like that. But MailChimp's a really great place to start out. I'm glad you said that, April, because yeah, a lot of people don't really understand what that is. And a landing page is just the website that you land on by clicking on a link, and it's just one page. You can't like navigate away from that page. It's just like, this is it, almost like a sales page that you see in ads. So yeah, I'm really excited. And April was hired on recently by me to be my tech person. She's my tech guy. And she's not really techie, like she wasn't, but she just put on there YouTube. Like she figured everything out on YouTube. She's like, I can figure this out. Like, I'll figure this out. Just wait. Figured it out on YouTube. Or she was telling me about Fiverr, and you can just pay someone to set something up like that. Or you can pay April and she'll set up all your tech stuff. She's like, now that I did this, I can do this for other people. I was like, bingo, people will pay you for this, because if I could have paid someone to do it, I would have done it. Oh my gosh, I paid someone for the plans, and then I'm like, can you just do it for me? They're like, no, you have to do it yourself. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like I paid $2,000 a month for 6 months just to get the plans. Okay, I would have paid $10,000 a month if someone would have did it for me. It's a 7-figure sales funnel. Like, this isn't just like, I've been seeing a lot of Grant Cardone's ads. I don't know if you guys see any of his stuff, but on Instagram, I see him and his wife, and they're always like in their jet. And he just bought all that real estate, like $64 billion building in Miami, like all this stuff that he did. So I was following him, but I see that all he's doing now is ClickFunnels. Like, all he's doing is offering something for free that captures your information. And then the next step is they give you this free thing a little bit. They give you the what and the why, and then they sell you the how. And then you buy the how, and then there you go. Like, this is what every single person is doing. So anyway, April can help you with the tech stuff to that. But those things is what I would start on. Those are the kinks that I see in your funnel right now. And most of them are kinks because you just got more clarity. So like, that's really good. I always tell people, don't underestimate the mental work that you're doing. You might think you're physically not doing a lot right now. Like, wow, I've really been neglecting my business. I've been so busy. But a lot of times we don't realize that it's the mental work. That's how God really designed us to live. Honestly, is where you're not like stressing out about the outcome or trying to make something work and working so hard. You're like letting the answers come to you. Like, that clarity just came to you where you're like, yeah, I think I want to talk more to homeschool moms. And it wasn't hard for you to get there. It just took time for it to naturally happen. And so if you're not clear on your brand, it's okay. Like, you will get clarity on it. You really will. So, okay, we have time for one more question. If anyone has, Elisha.
Yes.
Like, I could tell you're like.
Okay, so I recently had somebody sign up for a discovery call, and so
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's exciting.
So I need to figure out, like, I know how I'm going to run the call. Thank you, Tracey, for being my guinea pig. And but I need to kind of figure out what the next step is going to be after that.
Okay. So what is your gut telling you?
My gut is telling me to push them into my next course that I'm offering, which is going to be a paid course.
Okay. What is it? What do you think is the next step? Someone who learns your 7 days of healthy habits. So me, like, I'm basically your ideal person. Besides, right. I don't have thyroid problems, but well, not anymore. But so, okay, I am going through your 7-day healthy habits. This is what I've learned. It's really helped me. I ate breakfast again today. I got back in the gym. I am feeling inspired. I'm like, this is like really exciting. I haven't been eating at night. I've been eating snacks. I've been doing all the things that your 7 days of healthy habits teaches. So now what am I ready for?
So now you're going to be ready for the 30 days. So that's going to that's going to really kind of, right now you're just resetting your mind. So the 30 days is really going to be putting all of this, what you've set up in the 7-day, into action. So you're going to be making a plan for your fitness routine. You're going to be really honing in on your nutrition, like taking everything that you learned and like putting it into action for 30 days.
Okay. So do you feel like this has to be done one-on-one?
No.
Okay. And do you think that someone on day 5 could also relate and connect with someone who's on day 13 and day 23?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you thought about how you're going to deliver the information, or what kind of information you're going to give to them at that stage?
You mean in the 30 days?
30 days. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is going to be through email. I haven't quite decided I think that it should probably also incorporate the Facebook group, but I think I need to change what I'm doing as far as the 7-day plan or the 7-day program, and turn that into more of an evergreen program so that people can start the 7-day at any time, not just what we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
They can come in at any time, do the 7-day for free, and then go into the 30-day paid at any time. So like make it an evergreen program and not just you have to do it at this specific time.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And for anyone who doesn't know, evergreen just means that it's always going on. It never stops. It's forever green. It's always showing up. It's always running in the background. Everything is automated and there is nothing you have to do. Everything automatically goes out. So that's a really great idea to do it that way. And that's a great way to always be entering people into your funnel that are ready for that next step to say, yes, I want this free 7-day healthy habits. I would think more of what is the information daily, or what is the daily thing that people are going to need to do. And because I don't think that I would need an email from you every single day, like telling me. I think I almost would be like, okay, like I'm doing it like enough, like it's so much like reading, like I'm kind of just really trying to put myself there, because I am like, I do want to do your next part of your program. Like I do want to move. I saw results with what I'm doing now. I need this accountability. So I feel like I need accountability. I need somewhere to celebrate myself, because I'm like, I had breakfast again. Like everyone applaud. It's amazing. Like, you know, You're proud of yourself. Like I went to the gym today. Like, you know, sharing celebrations. I think
you should also be putting that in the group too.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So this is kind of my point, is that I think it would almost be more beneficial to you if you got all these people together. Instead of doing things on their own now, they're all in a Facebook group where it's like, okay, click on and download your tracker. Like you print it out and it's all your things. Like, did you eat breakfast? Are you prepared for snacks for tomorrow? Did you know, all these things. Like, so it's like everything I just learned in the 7 days. Am I ticking these boxes every day? Like easy to print. So I have it. And then sharing these things, like a post of celebrations for the week, and maybe like a recipe. Everyone can share like a recipes thing. Like, you know, where are you posting, or what did you eat, and share your recipe if you find anything awesome. Like communal things, where also like, what are you struggling with? I used to post when I ran a group, it was a picture of a person lifting their hand up, and it was like literally underwater. Like it was, there was 2. One that I would post, the girl was underwater with her hand up in the air. The other one, a girl was in a field and all you could see was like the weeds and her hand was up in the air. And I would just post like, comment a funny emoji below if you need extra help right now. If you feel a little bit behind, if you need. So also people that are like, whoa, hold on, I'm like falling behind, you can know and identify and like scoop them up. And you could do like giveaways, like, you know, some giveaways through the week. Like if you post how this week has gone for you vulnerably, you'll be entered in, or you post every, share a picture, whatever. So I just think that a community would be great. You can charge for it. Obviously you said you want to, and this is a 30-day, you get accountability. Like I would list out all the things that you get and really try to pull out as much reward and perk as you can. Like really talk about every single thing that you get that people will be able to see. And almost make it this is what I've been taught by different coaches, is you have to make it an offer that they can't refuse. Like you get all of this, and you also get, 4 lives of me for, you also get at the beginning and at the end, you get a 1-hour Zoom. Like maybe you do a community 1-hour Zoom in the beginning and 1-hour Zoom at the end, that you can, because then you can say how much value that is to you. Like $500 an hour. This is a $500 value of this hour. This is a $500 value of this hour. This is all these lives. This is all of this. Like, are you kidding? It's $40 or it's $100. Like it's $200. Like you can make it, if you're getting a gym membership and a personal trainer and all these things, you can even show like what you can get rid of because you have this. So people can see like how it makes sense in their head.
Do you think that I should also offer like a one-on-one coaching, or should I make that part of it? Like you get this group and you get once a month, or, one hour during the, in the 30-day program.
Yeah.
A one-on-one.
I would just think about, what do you think this person needs? Do you think that they need one-on-one with you at some point?
Well, I mean, like, so thinking about myself, I would want, like, if I was to join something like this, I would want to have some one-on-one FaceTime with whoever the coach was or the person. Like, I wouldn't want to just be thrown into a Facebook group. But you guys tell me, like, what would you want? Like, if you were joining my course, my 30-day program, would you want FaceTime with me, or do you feel like you would just be better in the community?
I think that it would be a win-win for you to offer it if you're willing to do it, if you're willing to spend the time to do it, because you will get the people who want it. And then the people who don't just won't ever sign up for it. They won't take advantage of it. And all the people that you're talking to, you're going to be building a closer relationship with them. So they're probably going to be more consistent through the program because you talked to them before, and also like kind of said, like, what kind of issues do you foresee happening? You can give them your cell phone number and be like, listen, like, if you're feeling like this, like, text me, like, I will respond to you. Like, I'm here for you. I want this to work for you. My goal isn't to make money and put you through this. My goal is to help you. Now you change 7-day habits. Now we're going on to 30-day, because if you can do 30-day, you can do a year, you can do 2 years, you can do a lifetime. Like I'm showing you how simple this is. I want you to succeed. I don't want to just take your money. And so if you're always creating out of what does my client need, then they'll feel it and it will be more successful to you. So I would totally throw that in there, because that's another thing that you can give for value and will really help people to be more successful. Like Tracey said, to have that guidance, like for sure. Yeah. And even 30 minutes, April, right? It doesn't even have to be a 1 hour. I don't even think it would need to be 1 hour. It could be 30 minutes and you're listing all of this. So step 1 is like creating all of these things, like the Facebook group. What is this going to be called? All of the things of creating, like, what is it that this person needs every single day and all of this. And then you go to the creation side and start at the beginning and just work your way through. Go forward to backwards, because you can start selling this before it's even done. So like the very first step is like, okay, I need a name. What am I going to call this? And then, okay, now I need a Facebook group set up. I need a cover photo. I need an about me section. I need the first post in there. And now I need to make the graphics in size of a square for Instagram so that I can start promoting and talking about it. I need to make reels. So now once the Facebook group is done and you have the graphics for it, you can start posting about it and being like, get ready. I have something exciting I'm announcing in 7 days, like 6 days. You can take pictures with like all your hands and remove the backgrounds and put it in front of graphics where you're showing people and you're counting down. And then you're like, oh my gosh, you're also sending emails. That's like, get ready. This is about to be done. And all you really need is to have like the basic tracker done, the welcome video for people to like get started. And then you can, you know, you're already selling it, getting people in there. And then you're going through it as you go. And then once this is done for, you know, a few weeks, then you have stuff in here so people can join the group at any time. And then this can also be evergreen, where your first program after the 7 days is over, on the 7th day, it's like, do you want more? If so, book a free 30-minute discovery call with me. I want to really help you. And maybe it's a video where you're sharing that on your heart. And then they click here, they book a free discovery call with you. And on the discovery call, you're relating to them, you're hearing them, and you're telling them about what the next step is. And then you send them the link so that they can join that. And then they're in that group. So you have this like flowing from one thing to the next. So start by making a list of all the things that you need to do, and just grab a couple of things and this is just what I'm going to start working on. Just start working on whatever feels the best to you, whatever feels the most fun and creative right now. Just start working on that. And then, you know, we can keep connecting back and forth to build this. I offer one-on-one coaching because there's a need in it with all of you guys. Like I mean, this is what it is. It's like, and there's a need for it for me. Like, I'm like, okay, wait, what's next? Like, I need to talk this out with someone. I need someone's help, someone's idea, someone else's perspective. And that's the only reason why I started offering one-on-one coaching, is because I'm like, people need this. If I just said like, okay, bye, we're done, like that, people wouldn't even be successful. Your mindset will kill you. You'll go in the valley and you'll die. That's why I'm writing the book, The Valley, where entrepreneurs go to die, because that's like literally what I see happening. So you have so much to do. You really do. And this is going to be awesome when you create it, because it's going to go fast because you're like inspired. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to join it. I'm really excited for it. I am.
Yay.
I know. I'm excited. Okay. Well, I have to go. So I love you guys. I'm excited for both of your brands and everyone else's too, of what you're creating and doing. Everyone pray April gets her voice back. It'll come back soon, but okay. Love you guys. Thanks for being on. See ya. Bye. Thanks so much for listening. I hope that you enjoyed my wake up call today. There's a few things that I want to mention before I let you go. One is, if you haven't watched my #1 secret to 6 figures in network marketing, head on over to my Instagram, which is @life.minded, and click on the link in my bio. You can find that video there. It is phenomenal. Some of my favorite books, some of the biggest things that have changed my life in that industry. Another thing I wanted to mention is, if you feel like I could add value to your life, go ahead and click on that link and book on my calendar a 30-minute discovery call. This is completely free, and you'll get to know me a little bit better. You can ask me any questions you have, and I can tell you what it would be like working with me one-on-one in a coaching program, or a little bit more about my branding course. My branding course can be found at mentoringthemasses.com. And that is a lifetime guarantee. You get lifetime access. And if at any point you are dissatisfied, you get 100% return on your investment. That's pretty great. And then don't forget to like and follow me over on Instagram and YouTube. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel and set it to have all of the alerts, you will get a notification on your phone every single time I post a new video. Thank you so much. Remember, I believe in you. I love you. Thank you for following me. God bless you.